This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Lloyd Noble Center. That's where we're coming live from for this championship, 5A state championship quarterfinal game between Carl Albert and Tahlequah. I'm Jordan Ray. We'll be joined by Josh Calloway here in a moment. Right now, joined by Carl Albert boys coach Jay Price. All right, Coach. Well, unfortunately, you had a bit of an injury yesterday, I believe, in practice. Tell us more about it, if you would.
Well, we were just running some drills and going through some shooting drills, and I was actually on the other end doing some stuff on the other end. I look around, and Tayshawn James is on the sideline. So he took an elbow to the eye. His eye swollen shut, and he will not be in the lineup today. We're hoping if we're fortunate enough to win and get to Friday that he'd be able to play Friday, but we're not sure about that yet either. So it's a tough break for us. He's a big piece of our puzzle, but you got to go with what you got and hook it up.
All right, how does that affect your bench since you guys would not play tomorrow if you win? Will you shorten your bench to 7, or how do you see someone else joining the rotation?
Yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes a little bit. I mean, we talked about that today. With a day of rest, you can kind of gas your guys out a little bit if you need to. But I've got a couple of young kids that could probably use a little bit of experience under the lights here at Lloyd Noble, so we may throw them out there and see what they do and how they handle it. But we're definitely going to try to put our pieces out there that are going to play, and then if we need to roll those guys out and give us a break, we'll do that.
And watching a lot of the games earlier today here, it seemed like a lot of the players on the girls' side were shooting threes from the long arc.
Yeah.
Is that something you talk about with your players?
We did. When we were sitting up there watching the other games, we said, hey, it's the white line, boys, not the red line. And so it's kind of hard to adjust to a little bit, but because it's just a tough visual. But, yeah, we don't want to we've already played on a college court, and the three-point results were not great for us. So we're trying to get to the right line and shoot it on the right line for sure.
I assume you watched Tahlequah a bit when they were at your tournament in January. They look a lot better now than then. What do you think about Tahlequah?
Well, Quinn does a great job with them, and you kind of know over the period of a season that he's going to get the guys in the shape that he wants them to be. He coaches them well, and they're big kids, really tough. They got some decent guards, and we're going to hopefully just try to take them out of some of their stuff and make them uncomfortable.
All right, Coach, good luck. We'll have to talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
And we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back. Josh Calloway will be your eyes and ears for the game, and I'll be joining him at color commentary. You are watching Middale State Championship Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Coast Technology Group is your full IT managed service provider, utilizing simple, reliable technology for your home and business. Remote monitoring and management, network infrastructure, and cybersecurity, all with 24/7, 365-day live support. When you partner with CTG, you get the 150 years combined experience of our experts, helping your business grow while keeping your systems secure.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Hello, welcome everybody back in to the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway with you, Jordan Ray alongside me. You heard him talking to Coach Price there a moment ago. We were just about ready to get things rocking in this 5A state quarterfinal between the Carl Albert Titans and the Tahlequah Tigers. Let's go ahead and dive right into the starting lineups here, presented by Louis in Midwest City, 6007 Southeast 15th Street in Midwest City. Louis, we're in your neighborhood first for the Tahlequah Tigers, who will be the designated road team here in Norman. Number 1 is Cash McIlvain. He's a 5'11 sophomore. Number 20, Donovan Smith, a 6'5" junior. Number 23 is Bryson Smith, a 6' even junior. Lucas Woldridge is a 6'4 sophomore. And then rounding out number 35 is Big Hayden Smith, a 6'7 senior. The Tahlequah is the number 11 team in 5A East at regular season's end. 14-11 record. They're coached by Quinn Woldridge. Now for the Carl Albert Titans, number 2 is Casey Baker, 6'1 junior. Number 3, Jordan England, a 6' even senior. Number 11 is Big Jaden Mott. He's a 6'7 junior. Number 22, Ryan Reynolds, 6'5 junior. And the number 22, Quincy Hopkins, rounds it out. He's a 6'3 junior. The Titans, the number 1 team in 5A West. And they enter play tonight, 21-5, and are coached, of course, by Jay Price, who you heard just a little bit ago. All right, Jordan, we're just about ready to tip this thing off. Quick key to the game for the Titans to get the job done, move to the semifinals on Friday.
I'll give you a couple. One, it's going to be real important that Jaden Mott stay out of foul trouble. I'm going to say this a lot, by the way. He's going to be matched up against Hayden Smith. Hayden Smith can get him in foul trouble. That's a really good post player for Tahlequah. And then they need to run with every opportunity they have, see if they can get off to a good lead early. That would allow Coach Price to play some more players, and doing that could prepare him for the next couple of games if they get to that point without the services of Tayshawn James, which, again, that is a big blow for Carl Albert. So something we may talk about throughout the broadcast. Hopefully, if they play Friday, they will have him available.
Carl Albert is the home squad here in the home whites with red Titans across the chest, red numbers. Tahlequah, the road team, they're in black with orange lettering. They're going right to left from our vantage point here, courtside at the Lloyd Noble Center. Tigers have the ball first on the opening tip. On the left wing and losing it out of bounds was Donovan Smith, and it's a turnover out of the gates here for Tahlequah.
Interesting matchup. Woldridge, Lucas Woldridge, the coach's son, maybe their best all-around player, checked by Ryan Reynolds. So we'll see how that matchup goes for him.
Jordan England with it for the Titans on their first possession. Casey Baker goes down the lane, scoop past to Jay Mott, and he'll put it in off a great feed from Baker, and the Titans are on the board first here at the LNC.
It's a great sign for Carl Albert when someone other than Jordan England can create a good shot, and other than Quincy Hopkins.
Certainly Carl Albert, big favorites in this game, the Tahlequah Tigers. We were talking about before the game, Jordan, a bit of a Cinderella run to this point, just the 11th seed in the East. But they are here among the final 8 playing in 5A. We have a whistle here as the Tigers went down to the paint.
One foul, not a big deal, but now he's got to be careful. And again, that was on post defense against Hayden Smith.
The foul game always big in these state tournament games.
He overreached, basically.
Smith right off the inbound puts it in, and the Tigers are on the board. Nice feed, and then a good finish there for the 6'5" Donovan Smith. And we're tied up 2 apiece.
And he's matched up with Quincy Hopkins. Not sure how he lost him there, but that's a good matchup.
Casey Baker has it for the Titans here. A tie game early. Pass looking for Mott is tipped out of bounds. Breaking the action, we'll thank our first quarter sponsor real quick, Buffalo Wild Wings, where every day is game day, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Dell City. First of 2 games that Jordan and I will have for you here at the LNC. We'll have Dell City Edison Prep from Tulsa coming up following this one here on the Lloyd Noble Center floor. Been a great day of state tournament basketball. We got a couple of great ones here to close out this Wednesday of hoops. Jordan England with it for the Titans. He checks with Coach Price. He'll take it out near the midcourt logo. Now over to Baker on the left wing. Casey Baker to the top, Hopkins. Pump fake once, and he'll drive Hopkins to the rim. Right-hand shot doesn't fall. Rebound pulled in for the Tigers. That's Woolridge. And Tahlequah starts it back the other way.
Hopkins a little bit out of control. Of course, he had an awesome game against Southeast 6 days ago, or 5 days ago. We'll see if he can keep it going. Tough pass there, by the way, for Tahlequah. So they turned the ball over a couple times.
Yes, Bryson Smith trying to get it underneath to Hayden Smith, no relation. Tried to get underneath and just kind of sailed it over him just a touch. And it's a turnover back to the Tigers almost 2 minutes in here in this 5A quarterfinal. Winner of this game will face Holland Hall, who pretty much rolled over El Reno on this floor before this game. We'll talk about that a little more later on. Jaden Mott, meanwhile, to the rim here, can't quite finish. Good contest by Hayden Smith there, and the Tigers have it back in a tie game 2 aside here very, very early. Cash McElvain with it for Tahlequah on the other end. Over to Woolridge. He goes across the lane, all the way to the rim. Woolridge layup attempt didn't roll home. And Mott gets the board for Carl Albert.
Woolridge had a good position there. He just was short on the shot. So was Mott. So both teams have missed interior shots.
3 ball at the top. Clackam's for Ryan Reynolds. He's got shorter hair than last time I saw him, but he's still hitting threes. Our first Bobby Lewis 3 ball of the game. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you in Choctaw and Dell City, and the Titans are ahead by 3.
Hey, there's nothing like a fresh haircut. If you've been growing your hair long.
I almost didn't recognize him.
Jordan England agreed with me on that when I asked him a few weeks ago about that when we did the Carl Albert Miller City game, having his hair short now.
Tahlequah with it, 3 ball in the corner for the Tigers. Clackam's Cash McElvain dropping one in the corner. A Bobby Lewis 3 ball right back, and we're back even 5 apiece.
McElvain, he's a dangerous player for Tahlequah.
Casey Baker down the lane, skip pass to Jaden Mott, up and under move. Oh, he didn't finish it. He was all alone right at the rim, and he's kicking himself coming up the floor for missing that one. Tigers have it back.
That is Mott's biggest problem. He does not finish around the paint as efficiently as they need him. Now
down the lane here, a nice finish for Donovan Smith, one of these 3 Smiths in the lineup for the Tigers. None of them are related. It is a common name, and Tahlequah leads it by a deuce here early. Mott on the elbow for the Titans the other way. He'll kick out to Baker at the top of the key. He'll drive, bounce pass in the corner to Reynolds. Thought about it, instead he'll hand it off to Hopkins. Rocket pass underneath to Mott. Spin move in the lane, left-hand shot. Won't roll home. And the Tigers get another stop.
0 for 3 for Mott since he scored the first basket. And he makes good moves. He just can't get the ball in the hole. He just doesn't finish when he goes up and elevates for a shot. That part of the game is missing for him.
Got a whistle and a foul here on Casey Baker. First whistle, or excuse me, that's actually the second foul on Carl Albert here early. First one went on Mott a little bit ago. Now that one goes against Baker. A couple of subs in here for Carl Albert. Into the game, number 20 for the Titans. That's Reed DeQuazy. Also into the game, number 12, Hutch Russell, both checking in for the first time. 3 ball for McElvain will come up short for the Tigers. Rebound comes out to Hopkins, and Carl Albert will start it back the other way, down by 2. Midway point of the first, 7-5 early lead for Tahlequah here in this 5A quarterfinal state tournament. Hutch Russell over to Jordan England. He's got his heels on the U in the OU logo here at the LNC. Hutch Russell left wing to the top. Ryan Reynolds will fire a 3 ball from the top. Clackam's Ryan Reynolds with another Bobby Lewis 3 ball, his second of the first quarter, and the Titans jump back ahead by 1.
That's from long distance. That's the regular arc it looked like, Josh, the type of thing that Coach Price said he wants his players to step
right.
in. But he still made the shot.
He can shoot it well enough. He might be able to get away with it. Turnaround shot there for Hayden Smith doesn't fall. Titans start it back the other way, up by 1. Reynolds, he's already got 2. He wants another. back iron, no good. Rebound, pinballs around. Hutch Russell comes up with it. Hutch, one of the smallest guys on the floor, comes down with the rebound. Hopkins drives the lane, floater won't go. Got his own miss and can't put it back, though, and the Tigers somehow get away with a stop there. Still down 1.
Carl Alberts missed some really good looks in the paint. That's not going to last.
I was about to say, you got to imagine eventually those are going to start going. So if you're Coach Price, you're feeling okay about it. Now we have a 5-second call here against the Tigers. Bryson Smith holding the ball a little too long.
Jordan England with the defense there to force the 5 seconds.
You seen any big stall ball today at the Big House? It was a little egregious earlier this afternoon.
You just don't see that at the 5A level and up. I know you did a Weatherford game, and they have that famous baseball score. That was mostly because of Anadarko.
That's right.
But no, not here. It's a normal stall ball when you have a lead in the fourth quarter.
Sure. Turnaround shot for DeQuazy is good. The future Oklahoma Sooner on the football side hits a bucket. And it's a 3-point lead for the Titans, 10-7.
Jaden Modest be kicking himself like, why can't I make those shots? Because that was just a smooth delivery there by DeQuazy. Just a good post move, catching the ball and turning around.
A couple of subs for Tahlequah. Cale Matlock into the game along with Zeke Guerrero. And we have a turnover by Tahlequah and then whistles. A foul's going to go against the Tigers here. It'll be the first one charged on Tahlequah.
And DeQuazy making a good impact here. He made that steal. He's going to give up some inches to Hayden Smith. So he's going to use his speed and athleticism, I would imagine, on defense to keep Smith from getting good looks.
Hutch Russell with it. He'll go to DeQuazy at the free throw line. Back out to Russell on the right wing. He'll pump fake and now drive. Good job by Guerrero getting there to stop him. Nice scoop pass to Reynolds in the corner. Clackham's again. Ryan Reynolds coming out blazing from deep. That's his third Bobby Lewis 3-ball the first quarter, and his 13-7 Titans. And now a travel here by Matlock, and a turnover back to the Titans. And Coach Wooldridge wants a timeout to talk things over, as things have kind of gotten away from Tahlequah a little bit early. Can't get it down by too much. We got a time on the floor. It's a full one. We'll go ahead and take it with them. Titans by 6 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we take pride in taking care of our community. When we hit the road, we're fully prepared to solve your plumbing issues. We're family owned, and we are the standard for plumbing service. With a team full of champions, being the best plumbers in Oklahoma is just part of the job. So when we show up, you can rest easy, knowing that whatever the issue may be, we can handle it and make you a happy Champion customer. Contact Champion Plumbing today.
Back to Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you in this 5A quarterfinal in Norman. Carl Albert, a 13-7 lead on Tahlequah early. Cool to see the Carl Albert girls, who won earlier today, back behind us watching this ball game. They'll be back in action Friday morning, 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
We'll be there for it. We'll be there for it. Reed DeQuazy to the rim, and he's blocked. Good defense there by the Tigers coming over Matlock, and now we whistling a foul here. Goes against the Titans on the loose ball.
I want to say something real quick about Ryan Reynolds. If there's anyone who got affected by Tayshaun James' emerging play during the playoffs, it's Ryan Reynolds. He's lost minutes because of that. So now no Tayshaun James, and Reynolds is stepping up, making 3 threes.
9 early points for Reynolds. It's very early, but good candidate for that Triple E player of the game here in the early going. Meanwhile, good ball movement here for Tahlequah. Guerrero to Donovan Smith. He puts it home. The Tigers get a much-needed bucket.
A very good press break for Tahlequah. As Carl Albert decided to try a full-court press out, Tahlequah was ready.
Hopkins with it for the Titans. He'll hand it off to Hutch Russell. He's guarded by Guerrero. Left side back to Hopkins. Now in the corner to DeQuazy. Long pass to the far corner to Hutch Russell. He picks up his dribble. He'll scoop it over to England, and the Titans will reset some things here. Closing down on the final minute of the first quarter at the Lloyd Noble Center. England, left side to Hopkins, guarded by Guerrero. Bounce pass to Russell on the elbow. Russell gets hit from behind, put up a shot. I think he was hoping for a foul, didn't get it, got his own miss. Scoop pass to Reynolds for 3, Clackham's. 4 threes for Ryan Reynolds. Bobby Lewis 3-ball getting a workout just from Reynolds alone, and it's 16-9.
Reynolds and then 1-3 by Matlock from that spot right there.
Guerrero for three on the other side. Tigers doing a good job just kind of surviving the barrage right now from Reynolds, and they're back within now 4 at 16-12. Looks like Titans will probably hold for the final shot here of the first quarter. A very entertaining first 8 minutes here from the LNC. England holding it out near half court, working that clock down. What a start, to say the least. Here's Hopkins at the line, free throw line. He kicks out to Reynolds. He'll go ahead and fire another one. When you're hot, you're hot. He misses this one, though. Smith gets the rebound. Long length of the court shot. Would have counted, but it doesn't go in, of course. And that's the end of the first quarter. Very entertaining start. It's the Titans 16, the Tigers 12, after one in this 5A state quarterfinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We want to make your next event an adventure. At Inflatable Adventures, we want to make your next event hassle-free by providing incredible products at a great price, along with amazing customer service. We offer one of the widest selections of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, and so much more. Give us a call today or check us out online at inflatableadventures.org. Remember, Inflatable Adventures, the only inflation worth paying for.
All right, back to the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Second quarter off and running here from Norman. Good start for the Titans, 16-12. Ryan Reynolds leading all scorers with 12 points on 4 threes. As Hopkins drives the lane for the Titans, a floater rolls home, and it's 18-12. Good start there for Carl Albert offensively as Hopkins gets that one to go. 6-point lead. Other side, here's Matlock. Rocket pass underneath to Woolridge. Up and under move, and he rolls it home. The coach's kid, Lucas Woolridge, putting that one in, and it's 18-14.
Well, Tahlequah's had some really bad turnovers, but they've also, when they did not turn the ball over, have run some good sets on offense.
Hopkins pulls up from the elbow. He's got it. Quincy Hopkins seems to be getting himself going a little bit.
He was so good with that shot against Southeast. He has to be playing right now with a lot of confidence.
20-14 lead for the Titans. Nice little hesitation move by Matlock to get some room. He'll kick it out to McIlvain, who drives right-hand floater is good. That's a tough shot by Cash McIlvain, but he put it home. And the Tigers, I'm not sure if it's the strategy you really want to do against Carl Albert, trying to score with them, but they're doing it so far, down 4.
Well, they're shooting 70% from the
that'll
field.
That'll do. Hopkins on the right wing. He'll drive here on Guerrero. Right-hand shot. He banks it in. Quincy Hopkins has gotten hot all of a sudden here. That's 3 straight buckets for him. And it's 22-16.
That is the Quincy Hopkins we saw in the second half against Southeast. He carried that team to victory when Southeast was making a comeback.
22-16, a little under 6.5 to play in the first half. McIlvain underneath to Hayden Smith. He gets right to the rim. Good positioning on Mott there, and he puts it in. And it's now 22-18.
That's where Hayden Smith can be effective.
Hopkins brings it down the floor for the Titans. Teams trading buckets here in the early part of this second quarter. Left side, Hutch Russell goes to the top. Hopkins. Now back to Russell in the corner. Bounce pass underneath to Mott on the block. Spin move, up and under, nice pump fake. But he missed a little bunny again. Rough start here for Jaden Mott.
He does everything right, and then when he comes to elevate and shoot, he just releases the shot in a way that doesn't work. Doesn't get the roll.
Guerrero passes intercepted by England. Great anticipation by the savvy veteran. He goes the length of the floor and lays it in. And it's a 6-point lead for the Titans. We got a timeout on the floor here. I think it's just a 30-second. Gives us a chance to thank our second quarter sponsor, which is Super Subs, home of the steak bomb sandwich. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. 2150 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. Give them a call at 405-733-5440.
So, interesting, you see Carl Albert with a steal and score, and then they call a timeout. And Coach Price, not happy with his team, we're right by him. And it's obvious because of defense. Tahlequah, I think, has scored every possession they had until that Jordan England steal. So defense not working this quarter for Carl Albert.
24-18 lead for the Titans here. Good early start. Tigers have it with 5.5 to play in the first half. This is Matlock bringing up, playing big minutes here off the bench for Coach Wooldridge. Spinning away from Hopkins, crosses half court. He'll drive in the left wing. Hopkins poked away from behind and scooped up by Hutch Russell. Now we're going to get a reach-in and a foul against the Tigers. Hasn't been a lot of whistles at all. That's only the second foul on Tahlequah and the 5th total.
And I don't think we've seen any free throws, I don't believe.
No, we haven't.
So we're going to see Casey Baker come in for Hutch Russell. So what we're seeing right now from Coach Price is going to keep Quincy Hopkins, Jordan England, and Ryan Reynolds in the game. Probably keep them in the whole half, I would have guessed right now.
Here's England on the right wing. He'll drive at the elbow. Got his man in the air. Skip pass to Mott. He couldn't finish it again. Got his own miss this time, though. Put back, it won't go. But this time he is fouled. So if you're not going to make it, at least get to the line, right? So Jaden Mott will shoot a pair here. First look at the Rose State charity stripe. Looking for a university experience while staying close to home. Look no further than Rose State College, with over 60-degree options, on-campus housing, and transfer agreements with all Oklahoma universities. Rose State College will jumpstart your college education. Apply today at rose.edu. So Mott misses the first one. He does have a bucket.
Yes.
He has got 2 points and 3 boards. But not the start he probably would have hoped for, because he's had a lot of good looks.
You just have to somehow shake him off. It's a psychological thing with him right now.
Sure.
That made free throw there might help.
So split the trip for Mott, makes it 25-18 as we hit 5 minutes to play in the first half here from Lloyd Noble Center. Driving the lane here is Smith. He'll kick it out in the corner. This is for Tahlequah, number 11, Sean Young, just into the game. 3-ball here from McIlvain didn't fall. Rebound comes out to Hopkins. He starts to break for the Titans. Down the floor, Hopkins pulls up, mid-range jumper. He's got it. Quincy Hopkins is feeling it right now. He's got 8 points, all in this quarter, and the Titans lead by 9.
He's taken over for Ryan Reynolds. What Ryan Reynolds was doing in the first quarter by hitting threes, Quincy Hopkins is doing in the second quarter with 2s.
Long 2 is up and good for Bryson Smith. Nice shot there. Tigers with a needed bucket. Pull back within 7. 4:22 to play in the first half. Baker feeds it over to Hopkins. In the corner, Casey Baker. He goes down the baseline. Pass in the far corner. Ryan Reynolds looking for another 3. Clackham's again. This guy is absolutely ripping nets out here. That's 5 threes for Reynolds, and it's 30-20.
That's credit Casey Baker with the assist there. Just
Great
a
pass,
good baseline drive.
10-point lead for the Titans on the 5th Bobby Lewis 3-ball just from Reynolds alone. 3-ball in the corner for McIlvain doesn't go. England fights for the board, and the Titans start to break the other way. England, far pass to Reynolds once more. Why not? Fires. It's going to come up short. That was a heat check right there as Baker then gets tied up with Bryson Smith. It'll be a foul on Baker, his 4th.
I think it's his 4th, or is his 4th team foul?
Team 4th. My apologies. Second personal on Baker.
So now we're going to see someone who has not been in the rotation for Carl Albert right now.
That Steven Anderson, number 10.
Anderson.
Yeah,
So
freshman.
He jumped Jaden Hopkins for that other guard spot. We'll see how he can do.
I haven't seen a lot of him. Jaden Hopkins, somebody who I've seen more often at times I've gotten to see Carl Albert. But into the game comes Anderson, also in for Tahlequah for the first time. We have number 15, which is Cole Robertson, a junior, in for the first time. Meanwhile, Jaden Mott pokes the ball loose and then gets barreled into, trying to run it down for a fast break.
So as Mott has some offensive struggles, that is a great defensive play. Not something you normally see him make because he's more of a post player, play around the basket.
Yeah.
So that was a good steal on his part, and he draws a foul on the floor, so no free throws yet. But
Tahlequah with their 4th. So both teams still with a couple to give with the first half waning down here. And England just stepped on the baseline here, a turnover.
He had Reynolds too. Reynolds shot anyway, missed it, so I don't know what would happen if they didn't call it. But they're looking for Reynolds in the corner, either corner, by the way. He's made a couple of his threes from the corner.
It's clear that, the Titans they're feeding him right now. He's hot. They're looking for him every time down right now, it feels like. Here's Young the way for the Tigers, who trail by 10 with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Bryson Smith with it. He'll drive to the block here, and he is blocked by Jordan England. Ran down by Young, though, and then he gets hit across the arm and is fouled.
What a block by Jordan England. So we're seeing the center, Jaden Mott, go get a steal, and the point guard, Jordan England, with a block shot. And we got to see a 30-second timeout by Tahlequah. So Carl Albert's defense has settled down, and that's one of the marks of what you see from Coach Price. When he calls a timeout to fix something, it usually gets fixed, and that's one of the best compliments you can pay a coach. Now, it's not great yet. They're still shooting. Tahlequah is 60%. Part of that's because Carl Albert forced turnovers, but it has stiffened up. And one thing Carl Albert really would like to do, and they haven't done it yet, is really get in transition consistently. They've been able to score in the half court thanks to Reynolds and Hopkins, but they haven't been able to get into transition much yet.
Yeah, like you said, Tahlequah shooting 60% right now. I mean, most of their possessions have either been a bucket or a turnover. That's kind of been the thing for them. That's got to be the message right now for Coach Wooldridge, saying, hey, guys, we're hitting our shots. We got to take care of the ball a little better. And they're down by 10, and they have the ball, and right on cue, a turnover. England picks the pocket of McIlvain, and then another bad foul by Tahlequah here as England gets bumped by McIlvain.
I thought they may call England, but they'll say McIlvain was physical with him first.
That's the 5th on Tahlequah, so both teams now with just one left to give in the late part of this first half. Here's Anderson for the Titans. He gets it to England at the top of the key. Back over to Anderson. He's got room. He'll get it to Mott on the elbow. Mott kicks out to England. He'll fire a 3-ball from the wing. Comes up short. And rebound will go out of bounds off the fingertips of Reynolds and goes back over to the Tigers.
Normally when you play a zone against Carl Albert, they're pretty good at having a guy at the high post and then a guy at the short corner. Then they didn't have one at the high post at first until Mott finally got to that spot. They got a decent look at it, but it's not the sharp possession you want against a 2-3 zone.
Wooldridge brings it down the floor for Tahlequah. He pulls up on the baseline. Back iron, no good. Rebound is pulled in, though, by Hayden Smith, and he sticks it back home. Nicely done there by Hayden Smith, working the offensive glass and stealing an extra bucket there for Tahlequah.
Mott somehow got out of position there, and so there's no one to box out Smith.
Now we're going to get an illegal screen on England. So Tahlequah gets it back. A turnover by the Titans, and that's the 6th team foul. So put Tahlequah into the bonus the rest of the way in this first half.
So Jordan England has 2. He's not going to come out. Coach Price shows him, hey, you got 2, and he's got to play smart.
Bryson Smith with the ball for Tahlequah. He gives up to Donovan Smith. Now over to Wooldridge. Wooldridge rocket pass to Bryson Smith in the corner. Underneath looking for Hayden Smith, and Hopkins pokes it away. Start the break for the Titans. Hopkins takes to the length of the floor. He's hit.
What a finish.
And one. Hopkins doing it all. Get the turnover, go coast to coast, finish with contact, and he can head to the Rose State charity stripe now. What a play there by Hopkins.
He lost the ball on his way up. That's what made me react that way. He lost the ball on his way up.
Yeah, he got hit on the arm.
And then made the finish anyway, now makes the free throw.
Making an 11-point lead. Back in for the Titans comes Reed DeQuazy and Hutch Russell, replacing Ryan Reynolds and Anderson.
So what's interesting here is we have not seen very often DeQuazy and Mott both play at the same time, which it's a good defensive lineup. Offensively, you're lacking a little bit of shooting. We'll see if that matters.
90 seconds to play in the first half here from the LNC. In the corner, Wooldridge will fire up a 3-ball. That won't fall at the front of the rim. England skies to the board. Long pass head to Hopkins. Titans are going to run here. Hopkins all the way to the rim. Right hand floater. It goes. Quincy Hopkins putting together a massive second quarter. He's now got 13 points. They're all in this frame.
It's the forwards. It's Reynolds and Hopkins. They have put on a show.
Underneath Hayden Smith, poked away by DeQuazy, who came over and helped after Mott fell down. Nice ball movement to Hopkins to the rim. Scoop layup attempt won't go. And the Tigers have it back racing down the floor. Needing points here are Tahlequah, certainly down now 13. Hayden Smith with it on the block, and he lost his dribble, and he kicked it right out of bounds. It'll be a turnover.
That's a sign of a defense that's swarming and getting really scrappy. They made a good pass to Smith. He just couldn't hold on to it because he's got to work so hard to get good position right now. Good team defense there for Carl Albert.
Final 50 seconds of the first half here for Carl Albert. It's been a really good offensive half and a much better defensive second quarter for Carl Albert. Mott feeds it off to England. England turnaround shot from just in front of the elbow, and it doesn't go. Rebound pulled in by Donovan Smith. And Tahlequah will have it back and could conceivably hope for the final shot here if they wanted. Looks like they're going to be aggressive, though. And we have whistles and a foul on the Titans, and that'll be free throws.
Yeah, they draw a foul on Hopkins, so that's not a bad thing if you're Tahlequah.
First one on him.
I'll see another guard come in. This time we'll see Jordan England with 2 fouls, take a rest. I think it's only because he's got 2 fouls.
Yeah, Jaden Hopkins is coming in this time. Really talented freshman for this Titans squad. So it's a 1-on-1 coming up here for Donovan Smith at the Rose State charity stripe. With 28.1 seconds to play in the first half.
Sorry to cut you off. I wonder if Coach Price knew that it was free throws for Tahlequah, because then you may not take Jordan England out because usually if you're worried about foul trouble, you take a guy out on defense.
Right. Front of the 1-on-1 doesn't go, so a missed chance there for the Tigers at the line. Hopkins scoops in the rebound, and Carl Albert has it back to the way. You can certainly hope for the final shot here if they want. Looks like that's the plan. With 15 seconds to play in the first half, Hopkins checking with Coach Price, making sure he has everything in order. He goes to his right, scoop pass over to Hopkins. Hopkins will go down the lane, right from the block. It won't roll home. Rebound pulled in by Donovan Smith. He can try to put up a shot. Ed to McElvain. I think this will count if it goes, but it doesn't. Right at the buzzer there. And that'll end the first half. A very entertaining first 16 minutes. The Titans really doing a lot of what they wanted offensively in that first couple of quarters, and they lead it by 13 at the end of 2 frames. 35-22 Titans in front. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Jordan and I will wrap up the first half. Look ahead to the second half of action here from the Lloyd Noble Center in the 5A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we grew up under these lights, so we know what hard work and dedication really means. Because to us, being the best is about helping our community when they need us most. It's about giving our all on every play and every job. Being your hometown champs means being part of a team that succeeds together. So every time you call, you get nothing but our best. And that's what makes us Champion Plumbing.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Coast Technology Group is your full IT managed service provider, utilizing simple, reliable technology for your home and business. Remote monitoring and management, network infrastructure, and cybersecurity, all with 24/7, 365-day live support. When you partner with CTG, you get the 150 years combined experience of our experts, helping your business grow while keeping your systems secure.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, and my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American Airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Augusta Contracting is a general contracting company that specializes in commercial and industrial construction projects. When you choose us as a partner for a project, we assure quality workmanship, exceptional performance, and unparalleled client satisfaction. At Augusta Contracting, safety is top priority. Our main focus is to send our team home to their families safe, happy, and healthy. Augusta Contracting, where your idea turns to reality and your project comes to life.
Welcome back to another fine Saturday morning here at the Johnson House, where the team at Champion Plumbing is about to perform one of their classic pipelining maneuvers. Watch their technique as they begin pouring in that epoxy. Oh, wow. Didn't miss a drop. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why these guys are the champs.
Coast Technology Group helps you feel safe and secure utilizing simple, reliable technology. Allow our team of experts to help you design the right system with high-definition surveillance cameras, cutting-edge smart alarm systems, and thoughtfully designed access control for your home or business. Work, sleep, and play with confidence, knowing CTG is your technology partner.
We want to make your next event an adventure. At Inflatable Adventures, we want to make your next event hassle-free by providing incredible products at a great price, along with amazing customer service. We offer one of the widest selections of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, and so much more. Give us a call today or check us out online at inflatableadventures.org. Remember, Inflatable Adventures, the only inflation worth paying for.
Back to the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network in this 5A state quarterfinal. Carl Albert Titans, Tahlequah Tigers. It's Carl Albert in the lead right now, 35-22 at the end of 2 quarters of play. We'll recap some stats here for you from the first half of action here from Norman. The high score of the game is actually a tie currently between Quincy Hopkins and Jordan England, both with 13.
I thought Reynolds had the...
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong column here. I'm all over the place. I was looking at plus minus.
It's the first time you've looked at these box scores. We're
it
not
looks
used
totally
to this.
different. It looks totally different than the big house ones, and I'm thrown for a loop. Ryan Reynolds, you're correct, is the high scorer with 15. Quincy Hopkins then with 13. Reed DeQuazy and Jordan England both contributing with 2, and then Jaden Mott has 3. For the Tigers, high scorers so far in this ball game. Pretty evenly distributed, but Donovan Smith is their high man right now with 6. 5 from Cash McIlvain, 4 from Hayden Smith, 3 from Zeke Guerrero, and then 2 from Bryson Smith and 2 from Lucas Woodridge. Jordan, what stands out to you looking at the box score, perusing, and just kind of that first half in general?
Well, you know, there's no one stat that can tell the whole story, and sometimes stats don't. In this case, for Tahlequah, they're shooting their field goal percentage. I want to look up that. 56% for Tahlequah.
10 of 18.
Yeah, Carl Albert is 44%. Now, you look at the scoreboard and you're like, well, why is Carl Albert up by 13? And it's because they have 14 more shots on goal. And that was a big factor when I did the Lawton MacArthur game with our boss, Eric Sherem, earlier. They were shooting a little better than their opponent, but Holland Hall kept getting offensive rebounds, so they kept getting more shots. In the case of this game, the reason why Carl Albert has so many more shots is turnovers. 12 turnovers for Tahlequah, only 2 for Carl Albert. And so if Tahlequah is shooting, they're doing well. If they're not getting, but too many possessions, they're not getting a shot off. And that to me is the difference. Along with 3-point shooting, Carl Albert as a team, thanks to Ryan Reynolds, 5 of 9. You'll take that every time. Tahlequah only 2 or 6. So 3-point shooting and turnovers would be the 2 reasons I would say Carl Albert has the lead.
Yeah, 12 turnovers, like you said, for Tahlequah in that first half, and then Titans are shooting 5 of 9 from deep. Obviously, all 5 of those are Ryan Reynolds, but they're shooting the ball well from the outside, and Reynolds, it's going to be fun to see if he can keep it up, basically, after what we saw in that first half, where he was absolutely eviscerating the nets here. We're just a couple of minutes away from getting the second half started. We're going to have Del City versus Tulsa Edison Prep coming up after this ball game. these two teams will not meet each other. Holland Hall awaits the winner of this one. We watched that game, Jordan and I, waiting to get this one started. Holland Hall pretty much rolling over El Reno in the first game of the day on the boys' side of things. So we'll see what the Dutch have in store for whoever awaits this game, but it's going to be an interesting whole week here at the Lloyd Noble Center, that's for sure. All right, we'll go ahead and squeeze in one more break here, I think. We got a minute or so. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the second half for you live from the Lloyd Noble Center here in Norman.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Welcome back to another fine Saturday morning here at the Johnson House, where the team at Champion Plumbing is about to perform one of their classic pipelining maneuvers. Watch their technique as they begin pouring in that epoxy. Oh wow, didn't miss a drop. That, ladies and gentlemen, are why these guys are the champs.
Back to the Lloyd Noble Center, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just getting ready to get this third quarter started here from the wonderful Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, Oklahoma. Thank our third quarter sponsors. We're just getting ready to get back to action here, which is Dynamic Health Clinic, located in Harrah, Oklahoma. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries. That's able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. As we get back to it, Tahlequah with the first possession, going left to right from our vantage point, courtside here at the LNC. 13-point lead for the Titans as we get started in the third quarter. Baker gets his hand in the passing lane here and forces a turnover. Titans racing down the floor. He gets it to Jordan England, and now Carl Albert will reset things. Here's Baker. Feeds it over to England on the left wing. England, bounce pass to Mott on the baseline. Spin move, rocket pass to the top. This is going to be an open three for Hopkins. Rolls out. He had his toe on the line there, but again, he felt kind of further back.
That wasn't the three-point line. That was the other three-point line. So he got a little distracted there, like we've talked about.
Right. That's where the point I was making. 35-22, 7:12 to play in the third. Here's Hayden Smith for Tahlequah. Spin move. Kick out to Wooldridge on the wing. He'll drive to the rim here. Moe with an absolute rejection, but Hayden Smith able to clean it up for the putback.
That's when more Carl Albert players have to collapse, because Mott made a great block, but didn't have any help on the offensive glass or protecting the offensive glass.
Hopkins on the left wing. Gives over to Jordan England. Right side now to Baker. Baker bounce pass to Ryan Reynolds. He'll take a mid-range two, and he hits it. First two-pointer that Ryan Reynolds has attempted in this game, and he hit it. He's got 17.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Is he too used to threes? But no, that was a very good shot there.
He's just got a nice stroke. He can really shoot it. 13-point lead once again for the Titans. Tigers have it back the other way. 6:22 to play in the third here at the Lloyd Noble Center. Bounce pass here to Hayden Smith in the lane from Bryson Smith. He didn't finish it. Got his own miss. Put back no good either, though, and Mott gets the board for the Titans. Carl Albert will run here. Here's Jordan England behind the back dribble. That was shifty. Pull up, left-hand floater. Back iron, no. Mott, though, pulls down the rebound for a moment, but then had it poked away, and the Tigers now have it.
I think England might have been better served using the backboard on that shot attempt.
Here's Wooldridge racing down the floor. He'll go right to the rim and get bumped and fouled. Jaden Mott, the guilty party here. That'll be the second one on him.
Now, give Mott credit. I was talking about him with having foul trouble. He got a foul early in the first quarter and stayed out of foul trouble since then. So having two right now, not a huge deal.
So shooting a pair here at the Rose State Charity Stripe is Wooldridge. And he'll knock the first one down.
Now, one thing, we haven't seen much from Wooldridge. He's the one guy from Tahlequah who can beat you inside and out. The coach's son, of course, got good size. It's been kind of quiet, but he makes both free throws here.
Lucas Woldridge, right, hasn't been real big tonight. That's 4 points now for him, I believe. 37-26. Open three in the corner for Ryan Reynolds. That one doesn't go. Boy, it looked good, but it just had a little too much on it. Rebound gets knocked out of bounds by Baker. And it'll go back over to the Tigers.
Baker should have had that, too. Yeah. Just got off his hands.
Tahlequah can get it back to single digits with a bucket here. Just kind of hanging around right now are these Tahlequah Tigers. Smith in the corner to Donovan Smith. He'll go across the lane, feed out to the top Woldridge. Now Bryson Smith on the left wing. He'll drive right to the rim. Smith scoop layup attempt is good. And the Tigers are now within 10 here at 9, 37-28.
All the Smiths are in. I think they started, they brought in Hayden Smith, number 20, or Bryson Smith. He doesn't usually start.
Here's Reynolds. He'll step back. I think this is a three, and it's a Clackham's. Ryan Reynolds. My goodness. Another Bobby Lewis three ball. 6 triples for him. He's got 20.
He stepped back there. That's the first time we've seen him do that. That's pretty impressive type of three.
Donovan Smith will drive, lost moment, got it back underneath layup attempt, didn't go. Hayden Smith rebound, put back, yes.
Coach Price cannot be happy with the points in the paint that they're getting right now.
Hayden Smith's becoming a bit of an issue on the offensive glass for Tahlequah. 10-point game, Hopkins with it for the Titans on the wing. He'll drive, right-hand floater's going to come up short. Rebound, pinballing around, eventually ends up in the hands of Smith again. Hayden Smith starting to really rack up the boards. I think that's 7 rebounds now for him. Here's McIlvain, feeds off to Smith. He'll shoot from the free throw line, comes up short. And Hopkins the rebound for the Titans.
That may have been out of Hayden Smith's range.
Yeah, it looked like it. And whistles in a foul here on Tahlequah on the floor.
And I'm not saying he can't make that shot, but it's a shot. He's been so effective crashing the offensive glass that's where he needs to stay. He needs to stay around the paint. Maybe he'll be open for a easy dump off, or he'll get an offensive rebound.
Yeah, Hayden Smith is on firm double-double watch. 8 points, 8 rebounds for him. And now a bad turnover as Reynolds passed a little too much for England. It looked like some miscommunication maybe there. And the Tigers have it back down 10. And that's a travel, so turn it back over.
And that's been part of the equation here. Tahlequah's had some unforced errors, some dead ball turnovers. That doesn't lead to transition, so that's the good news about it. But obviously you're not even getting a shot attempt. Again, they're shooting pretty well. They're down under 50%, but at 48%, that's still pretty good. But it's not going to be nearly good enough if you're turning the ball over.
Baker feeds it off to England at the midcourt logo as we hit the halfway point of the third quarter here in Norman. 5A quarterfinal. Baker bounce pass to Hopkins at the free throw line. Kick it out to Baker on the wing. He'll drive down the baseline now. Trying to slip it over to Mott and had it knocked away. And a turnover. Woldridge scoops it up for Tahlequah. He'll fire it ahead to Guerrero. Guerrero underneath to Smith. Poked away and a turnover forced by the Titans. Start the break here the other way. Baker in the corner. Ryan Reynolds. Does he have another one in him? No. Off the front of the rim, no good. But Baker with a nice rebound. Buys the Titans another opportunity. Pass over to Mott. Up and under layup attempt, no good. Reynolds flying in for the rebound. And he puts it back. Ryan Reynolds is just everywhere. 22 points for the Titans. And it's a 12-point lead for Carl Albert. We have a timeout, just a 30-seconder. Boy, Jordan, what can you say about Ryan Reynolds right now? He's dominating. I mean, it's not just three-point shooting. He's making things happen everywhere right now.
He's not just hanging out around the corner.
No.
He's crashing the offensive glass on that one. He was playing the high post, hit a jump shot. And that's very important because, again, Jaden Mott is just, you saw that reverse layup attempt. He just is not confident in trying to score with defense around him. And it's always going to be around him. So with that in mind, it's good for Reynolds to make an impact in the paint. Reed DeQuazy, by the way, and Hutch Russell coming in. Reed DeQuazy will replace Mott. And I thought DeQuazy gave him good minutes. Again, he's not going to score. He's not going to even look to score like Mott is. But with his quickness, he can make things happen on defense.
Back to action here. Tigers have the basketball. 3:20 to play here in the third. 12-point lead for the Titans. Bryce Smith lost it. Got it back. Scoop pass to Hayden Smith. Didn't get it to go. Got his own miss, though. Now he had it knocked loose. It's on the deck. And we're going to get a whistle and a tie-up here. And the error will give it to Carl Albert.
You saw a really good Smith-to-Smith pass. I believe that was Bryson Smith who made the lob pass.
Yeah.
And Hayden Smith just missed it. And after that, DeQuazy, again, we talk about his quickness, made a good play with his hands and forcing that, knocking that ball away.
Final 3 minutes of the third. Ryan Reynolds with the ball here for the Titans. He'll hand it off to Hutch Russell. Russell checking with his head coach, Jay Price, for some direction. Gives over to Hopkins. Hopkins drives, pull up, right-hand shot, no good. Rebound pulled in by Matlock, and the Tigers get a stop. Here's Woolridge the other way for Tahlequah. Bounce pass to Bryson Smith at the top of the key. Right side Guerrero, now in the corner, Matlock with it. Matlock had his pocket picked by Hopkins. Start the break. Fast break here for Hopkins. All the way to the rim in the flush.
I want to take this time to thank Crocstar Dinner Club for our instant replay. Sorry we couldn't get it on. That would have been one we would have loved to shown.
Yeah, that was a fantastic fast break dunk by Hopkins. Hutch Russell jumping into the passing lane here. Almost had interception, but he will have to settle for knocking it out of bounds.
That's one of the negatives about going audio only, as we call it. No instant replay sponsored because we can't do instant replays.
That was not a cheapy dunk either. He got up and really hammered that thing. 14-point lead. And this bucket's going to count, and the foul for Hayden Smith. Went up and under, took some contact and finished it anyway. And it's a 12-point game, and Hayden Smith will take a stroll to the Rose State charity stripe.
Yeah, really good move. I mean, he's got good post moves around the basket. He's strong. Just doesn't shoot great as he misses that free throw.
Titans have it going back the other way after the miss from Smith at the line. And a bad play here by Matlock, a little over-aggressive. Bumped England.
I think he made a good gamble because that pass was close. He just was a little late, and that caused the contact.
Second foul called against the Tigers, 2 on the Titans. It's been a pretty free-flowing game. It hasn't been a lot of whistles in this game. Nobody's in super damaging foul trouble right now.
No, we've used the three-point sponsor more than the free throw sponsor, which is kind of rare.
Right side, Hutch Russell. Thought about it instead of giving it up to Hopkins at the top. Left side, Jordan England. Bounce pass to Ryan Reynolds. He'll pull it from the block. And I don't know if that was partially blocked or if he just left it short. Either way, a miss, and the Tigers have it back.
Not a good shot attempt. I mean, that's right at the taller Smith.
Guerrero drives the baseline, feeds it off to Hayden Smith on the elbow. And what's the call here? We have whistles in contact and a foul here against the Titans.
Only 13 fouls, definitely on the floor.
Let's see who it was against. Like you said, just on the floor. So Tigers will keep it. Down by 12. Hayden Smith on the block. Scoop pass to Donovan Smith. And he rolls it home. Nice feed from Hayden Smith, and then Donovan Smith put it home. So give Hayden an assist there, and Tigers are back within 10, 44-34.
Yeah, Hayden Smith, he's been
very
tremendous.
Good. Yeah. Hopkins on the left wing. He kicks out to England at the top. Tigers continuing to just kind of hang in. I mean, Carl Albert's okay with that. I mean, you're going to be down 10 the whole time. It's not going to go well for you in the end, but
they're
Tahlequah not going away.
Committed to their zone, even with Reynolds shooting well.
Final minute of the third. Hopkins on the block here. He gives it out to Hutch Russell on the right wing. He thought about it, instead he'll drive. Pull it from the elbow. Hutch Russell, friendly roll there, and it falls.
The Hutch.
And Hutch Russell into the score column here at the state tournament.
Shows he's got such soft touch. Getting that friendly roll.
McIlvain in the corner to Guerrero. 12-point lead. Donovan Smith, jab step once. Now he'll get out to Guerrero in the corner. Guerrero tried to save for one out of bounds and threw it off Reynolds, but it stayed in. Hopkins scooped it up. Titans will start the break. Hopkins down the floor. Right-hand floater, no good, though. Rebound again, pulled in by Hayden Smith, and he officially has hit that double-double mark. That's rebound 10 to go with his 10 points.
Now, Hopkins should have just taken all the way to the basket. He's settling a little too much here.
Back to the way, McIlvain floater won't go. Rebound, though, again by Hayden Smith, and he's going to be fouled on the putback attempt. So to the Rose State charity stripe goes Hayden Smith, who is just feasting on the glass right now. That's 11 rebounds for him.
Yeah, I hear Coach Price asking, will anyone box him out? One of the problems is the guy guarding him, DeQuazy, he's helping out on defense. Free throw there is missed. So they have to, part of the problem is they're not containing dribble penetration as well as they need to at the moment is Carl Albert. And that's freeing Smith up.
First one no good from Smith. Second one on the way here at the Rose State charity stripe. Way too much on it. Rebound to Quasi. Titans have time. Long pass head to Russell. Can he get a shot up? And actually the ball's going to land on the sideline here. So the Tigers will get it back with just less than a second. So
DeQuazy just overthrew that. They're trying to get a shot for the Hutch and just
Wasn't a bad idea.
Not enough time. They had to rush it.
Matlock full court shot at the buzzer here comes up short. And that's the end of the third. Titans 46, Tigers 34. 8 minutes left to go in this state quarterfinal. Winner to the semis on Friday. Who's it going to be? Fourth quarter next on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
All right, back to the Lloyd Noble Center for the fourth and final quarter of this state quarterfinal matchup. Carl Albert Titans, Tahlequah Tigers on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway on hand, joined alongside by Jordan Ray. Tigers have it. Ball was just knocked out of bounds, but they'll keep possession here. Does Tahlequah have a rally in them? That's not going to help. Reed DeQuazy steals it. Fast break down the floor. He'll lay it in. Reed DeQuazy with some good anticipation there. Gets the fast break, and he puts it home. Took some contact in the back there, too.
Don't forget, he'll probably play safety in football.
He looked like one there, yeah. Ball knocked loose and a turnover. Reynolds scoops it up. Titans starting another fast break. Here's England across the lane. Left-hand shot won't go. Got his own miss. Put back attempt, no. But he's fouled.
It's what they want to do every time. They want to get stops and then push the ball. So Carl Albert has not been doing that a lot. But they did it there, and they got the guy he wanted at the free throw line, Jordan England.
Hayden Smith, and along with some other, a bevy of other Tahlequah Tigers about to check back in as England hits the first free throw. He looks like he's sucking wind a little bit, but if you're Coach Wooldridge, you're saying, hey, man, you got to tough it out. We need you out there right now if we're going to have any chance of making up this deficit.
They badly need Hayden Smith, and they needed a guard as well, does Tahlequah, to step up and make some shots, some quick twos or some threes. Yeah, and you're right, it hasn't happened.
Yeah, Tigers only have 2 threes tonight, and that's just not the formula to try and knock off this Titans team. England knocks down both free throws. Carl Albert has their biggest lead of the night at 16 with 7:27 to play. Bryson Smith will bring it down the floor for Tahlequah. Left-hand pass underneath to Hayden Smith, who just kind of volleyball tipped it up to the rim, didn't get it. Rebound England, they start the break. Here's Hopkins for 3 on the other side, rattles out. It's a good look, but didn't get it to go. Tigers have it back. Final 7 here. Wooldridge down the floor, poked away by DeQuazy, but they're going to say he hit him on the arm, and it'll be a foul.
I thought Wooldridge had a clean look there, and DeQuazy came out of nowhere.
He did. He come flying in.
That's what he can do.
Hey, match up.
And I think they're going to say the foul's on the floor.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's a good foul by DeQuazy, even though he almost got a clean strip.
You can tell with the way he plays basketball why he's a coveted football player. He really can, the way he moves around.
Well, it doesn't even show his arm strength as a quarterback.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah, you see it.
Final 7 here from the Lloyd Noble Center. Pulls up, long 2, won't go for Bryson Smith. Rebound to England, and Carl Albert starts the basketball back to the way. England down the floor, left-hand shot. That was really pretty by the lefty Jordan England. And the Titans now lead by 18.
And Hayden Smith was right there, so England, that's a good finish. He was able to get the shot over the extended arm of Hayden Smith.
That was nice. Wooldridge, other side for Tahlequah. As Tigers are on their last legs here. If they're going to put it together, any kind of rally, it's got to happen now. And this will help. Hayden Smith gets behind DeQuazy and then puts the shot in with the foul.
Bad foul. DeQuazy just should have let it go.
Yeah, he was not in position.
He got his hand on him.
Anything happen there.
DeQuazy doesn't get the foul. He doesn't think he fouled him. But if you have a hand on the guy while he's shooting, you're putting yourself in a position where it could get called.
It's actually the 5th on DeQuazy, so he just fouled out of the ball game.
Well, we weren't even keeping track. I didn't.
He
snuck up on me.
Yeah, he snuck up on me as well.
Usually we just have a feel and notice when someone's getting in foul trouble. Well, if
Smith completes the three-point play, it's a 15-point game now. Hopkins lost the dribble in the backcourt. Woolridge to the rim, and he's fouled by Hopkins. So
first
back
time,
to the line, here goes Tahlequah once more.
First time we've seen Tahlequah show a full-court press.
Yeah.
And again, the luxury we have now sitting right by the Carl Albert bench, Coach Price was not happy that Jaden Mott took that inbounds pass, so that's probably not going to happen again.
That's 7 fouls on the Titans now, too. So Tahlequah, as Woolridge hits the first one, Tahlequah's going to have a chance to get a lot of free throws here down the stretch. And if you're talking about trying to make up a deficit, that's a good way to do it. So we'll see what happens here over the final 6:15. Woolridge can't get the second one to roll home. Mott pulls down the rebound. Woolridge trapped in the backcourt, needs somebody to help him. They'll get it ahead to Reynolds. Reynolds will fire it across to Baker. They cross half court. Baker gives up to Mott. Alley-oop in the slam. That was a fantastic pass and a great finish by the big man, Jaden Mott.
I think that might help Mott a lot, just getting that easy play.
Yeah.
He's had some difficult finishes around the paint, but he was wide open there and took advantage. Great pass by Baker. Great lob pass.
That was pretty. Woolridge lost moment, but now he gets it back, guarded closely by Reynolds. Picks up his dribble, fire in the corner, looking for Donovan Smith, and he finds no one. It goes right out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover back to the Titans.
Worth mentioning here, Josh, that unlike quarterfinals in the past, whoever wins this game will have a day off.
Right.
That may affect how or when Coach Price would use his bench. If he wants to rest his starters, he probably won't need to as badly.
Yeah, he can push it a little bit, certainly, as we have a whistle and a foul here.
Because you're tempted. On that Thursday, you are tempted to take your starters out. Not right now, but close to it. And that can go, sideways on you if you're not careful.
Sure.
Especially since Carl Albert's shorthanded without Tayshaun James. For those who are just tuning in, he's not available in this game. And may or may not be available on Friday. At least he's got 48 hours more to rest.
Yeah, they added an extra day this year. All the 5A games were today as England another alley-oop to Jaden Mott. That one just as pretty as the first. And the Titans are back ahead by 18.
Well, now they're playing good high-low basketball. That's what you want to do against the zone.
Like we were just saying there, they added an extra day. All the 5A games today, and it'll be all 6A tomorrow. So there's a gap day before the semis on Friday. As nice ball movement here results in Hayden Smith getting a nice look for the Tigers. Cuts it back down to 16. Baker pass out in the corner to Reynolds. Does he have a sixth? This one will come up short. And the Tigers have it going back to the way, still down by 16. Woolridge on the wing to the top. Bryson Smith, he'll fire a three. And that one comes up short. Rebound, though, on the floor, picked up by Hayden Smith. He takes it to the rim and he finishes. Hayden Smith has just been a machine in this game. He's been the one guy who's really performed well the entire length of the game for the Tigers. And Carl Albert wants a timeout. With 4:28 to go. And this will be a full timeout. We'll go and take it to 4:28 left. Titans ahead by 14 on this Oklahoma Sports Network.
We want to make your next event an adventure. At Inflatable Adventures, we want to make your next event hassle-free by providing incredible products at a great price, along with amazing customer service. We offer one of the widest selections of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, and so much more. Give us a call today or check us out online at inflatableadventures.org. Remember, Inflatable Adventures, the only inflation worth paying for.
Back to the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We got 4:28 to play in this 5A quarterfinal. Winner of this game moves on to take on Hall & Hall Friday night / early evening. right back here at the LNC. We'll have that game for you if it's the Titans on OSN. Carl Albert certainly in good shape as England takes it right to the rim. There was just nobody there. Miscommunication for the Tigers defensively, and it results in an easy layup for Jordan England.
And he started to really take over on offense.
Yeah. Smith down the floor will get hit and foul, so another trip to the line for the Tigers. That last bucket for England, by the way, gets him up to 8 points to go with 3 boards for the Carl Albert senior point guard.
So again, this for Carl Albert is Bryson Smith. And actually, I think he did start. Wrongly, I misidentified him as not starting earlier. But
yeah, they started all 3 Smiths.
Yeah.
Donovan, Bryson, and Hayden all started in this game, which is very confusing.
I got thrown off because he didn't start for them when these teams play at the Carl Albert tournament, or when, I should say, Tahlequah played at the Carl Albert tournament.
Yeah, these 2 teams did not meet in the regular season, but Tahlequah did come play at the home of the Titans, Carl Albert Fieldhouse, back in January at the Titan Classic, which, of course, we had every game of back in January. Midway point of the 4th, and Baker lost his dribble out of bounds. I got to say, too, I only saw Tahlequah once in that tournament. They played Norman, the game I called. This is like a totally different team than back then, and you saw them all 3 times. Is that fair?
Very fair, because people who are watching will see. They're only 14-11. That means they were 11-10 to start the playoffs. They were an 11 seed, so they have knocked off a higher-seeded team 3 times.
Yeah, right. 3 ball here for Matlock will roll out. Boy, that's as far down in the cylinder as I've seen a ball be and not go in. As the Titans get it back, Baker race on the floor. Another alley-oop to Jaden Mott. 3rd one, and Baker just left it up there for him, and the big 6'7" Mott flushed it.
It's been a very good quarter for Jaden Mott,
Yeah,
getting all those alley-oop dunks.
Underneath layup attempt for Hayden Smith doesn't go. Put back from Bryce Smith, no. Hayden Smith, another rebound. Boy, you got to tip your cap to Hayden Smith. The guy has just been an animal on the boards. That's 15 rebounds for him. Reynolds, meanwhile, for 3. That one won't fall. He's cooled off finally from deep, but still a heck of a game for him.
Yeah, you give him the green light, but you're also getting to the point for Carl Albert where you say nothing but layups.
Sure. At this point in the game, sure. Here's Young the other way for the Tigers. Is every possession precious right now for Tahlequah? If they want to have any shot to try and make this interesting, turnaround shot from Woolridge won't go. Rebound scooped in by Baker. And he looked like he got fouled from behind there, but they didn't call it. Pass ahead to Jordan England. Jump step in the lane. Left-hand shot and won't go. Put back, no. And the rebound is pulled in by Hayden Smith. And we're going to have a timeout taken.
We'll have an injury. I think it's an injury timeout.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, Bryson Smith got hit in the face.
So I don't know if the players are allowed to sit. I think they have to stay up. Yeah, they treat it, I guess, like a 30-second timeout. Well, now they are sitting down, so I don't know what the call is.
They are going to give Tahlequah a timeout. Okay.
And it's a 30-second timeout,
30-second, all right.
even though Carl Albert's their players are sitting down on the bench, which are not allowed to during a 30-second timeout. Oh, well, I guess.
Yeah, Tigers aren't. Oh, well, 2:32 to go. We will have another game for you on OSN. We've had 3 games already today. This is our 4th, and we'll have a 5th one coming up. Dell City and Edison Prep. Game will be about 15-ish minutes after this one ends. I'll be on a separate stream on the Oklahoma Sports Network, so this one will end, but you can go find that one. Wherever you're watching this one, you can find that one as well. We'll see how that one goes down.
You mentioned Dell City. Hall & Hall does not have a player that could score inside like Hayden Smith, but Dell City does. And so that's got to be one thing you think about, even though we're ways away from that matchup. Carl Albert, the defense they play here, they were not great defending the paint, even though they were effective in other ways on defense.
Well, obviously you saw the game.
Advantage.
I didn't. I watched on the Oklahoma Sports Network, but when they met, Dell City won. I mean, Dell City's number 2 in the rankings, but if they were to re-rank them now, you might do it the other way.
Well, Dell City has beaten Carl Albert 6 times in a row.
Right. Defending 6A champs, Dell City. Carl Albert defending 5A champs. Would be a heck of a matchup if we could get there, because these Titans, they're as good as anyone. And they lead by 14. Other side here, shot won't roll home for McIlvain, but he's able to stick it back home. Makes it a 12-point game with just about 2 minutes left.
Good possession here. Good possession.
Hopkins fires ahead to Hutch Russell in the corner. Russell to the top, Hopkins. Feeds off to Jaden Mott. Mott kick it back out to Baker. Titans clearly working a little bit of clock here. They pass up a few pretty good looks.
They're only
England
going
on
to
the
shoot
block.
layups.
Yep, you're right. Hopkins now again with it. Ooh, almost a travel. Gets it up to England. Tahlequah trying to force the issue. England bounce pass to Mott, and he flushes it again. It's been a dunk fest in this fourth quarter for the Titans, and that one might have been the exclamation point.
Yeah, I count 4 for Jaden Mott.
And you had the DeQuazi, or the Hopkins had the one earlier as well. As an easy lay in here for Donovan Smith on the other end, cuts it back down to 12, but looks like the Titans are going to be safe to pick up their 22nd win and get on to the semis. A little bit of work left to do here, but in good shape. Baker crosses half court. He'll take it down the floor. Pass looking for Mott is tipped away and deflected by Cole Robertson, just back into the game for Tahlequah.
Well, Tahlequah's done a lot of good things on offense, but their problem is they're not going to be able to force turnovers on Carl Albert. If Carl Albert turns it over, it's because they made the mistake.
Right.
Tahlequah's not going to be this pressured team that's going to force you into some bad decisions like Southeast was at times for Carl Albert in their last game.
England will get it into Jaden Mott out near half court as we hit the final minute from the LNC. Stick with us after the game, by the way. Coach Price will come join us here at the desk, wrap up this ball game. As we got a travel by Baker here before the pass to Mott, so it'll turn it over.
Yeah, that was unforced. I mean, Baker's made some good baseline drives, and I didn't see the travel, but that's the call.
45 seconds left. Guerrero will fire a three from the top of the key. Air ball short. Donovan Smith able to save it, but he fired it back in. It was caught by Casey Baker. And the Titans will bring it up. Potentially to dribble this out, depending on if the Tigers want to force the issue here or not.
It looks like they will not.
Carl Albert faithful on their feet back behind us here at the LNC. As the Titans, the defending 5A champs, wasn't perfect, but a pretty good performance overall. Ryan Reynolds shot the lights out, and the Titans did what they do. They really clamped down in the fourth quarter, kind of took the life out of Tahlequah down the stretch here. And the Titans, as they dribble this out, Hopkins with the ball at half court, letting the clock hit triple zeros. And Carl Albert is on to the 5A semis on Friday evening. That's a 4:30 tip back here at the LNC, and it'll be against Holland Hall. Really look forward to that one on Friday. Jordan and I will be back on the call for that ball game.
Let's get the obvious out of the way.
Triple Elite player of the game.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
I think he's won it before. I think it was during the Carl Albert tournament, so we weren't doing post-game interviews then. So we're going to try to have him on here.
He definitely won it in December when they beat Midwest City at the
I think Jordan England won it, but Reynolds was in close contention.
I thought we maybe did two. I think we did two that game.
Oh, I wasn't there yet to do two. I realized after that game I need to start doing two if it's appropriate. I think Quincy Hopkins made a run to be mentioned as a co-player of the game, but
yeah, we'll go Ryan Reynolds.
We'll try to get
player of the game. Triple Elite. Find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite 405-610-5200. Joined by Coach Jay Price and Ryan Reynolds, our Triple Elite player of the game.
We'll talk to Coach Price first. All right, Coach, I guess on defense is a bit of a mixed bag for you. You guys forced turnovers. They didn't shoot nearly as many shots as you did, but I know you're a little disappointed with your interior defense at times as well. How would you assess it?
No, that's accurate, yeah. I don't think we had one of our better defensive games overall. We had a game plan, and we didn't adhere to it all the time, but fortunately we were able to still get some gaps and stretch it out a little bit and be able to finish it off. But we're better than that defensively. That's kind of what we've hung our hat on. And a lot of times you get to a place like this and kids get nervous and they don't think about all the stuff that you've done before. And we'll be better. We'll execute better tomorrow. We're going to have to because we're playing a really tough opponent tomorrow, but I'm pleased with the win. I mean, heck, we're in the semifinals, so you got to feel good about that.
You're so used to playing tomorrow, right? You're playing Friday.
That's right. Friday.
I mean, You've been to state so many times, and you've gotten the semi so many times. It's always been a tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
we don't care what day it is. Yeah. We'll take it. Yeah, we're excited for that.
That's right. I thought Ryan Reynolds was someone who got affected in a positive way by Tayshaun not being there because that means more minutes for him because usually Tayshaun comes in for him and Reynolds stepped up. He took advantage of it.
Absolutely. And the last game against Southeast, Tayshaun played more minutes than Ryan probably because of the nature of the game, the athleticism and all that. And we knew today with them being in the zone, it would be an opportunity for him to have a good game. And, man, he lit it up. I mean, he just stretched it out for us early, and we kept trying to go to him, and he just kept knocking them down. And what a great comeback from the last game. He kept his head up. He was tremendous for us, and we're just thrilled that he was able to do that for us tonight.
I know you're really going to want to get Jaden Mott to finish more efficiently around the paint. It seemed like he struggled at first, but how important is it for him to get all those dunks in the fourth quarter, given that he was not shooting great at times for much of the game?
No, it's a confidence builder. Anytime you see the ball go in, it helps, you know, and Casey made some great passes to him, ran a couple sets to him, and it worked out. But, you know, he's okay. This is a tough environment for anybody to play in, and now we got one under our belt, and we can get ready to go Friday.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Yeah,
and
you bet.
Look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Now we get the player of the game for you here, Mr. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan,
sir.
Your final stats are this: 6 of 11 from three-point range, 22 points. Is that your career high by any chance?
Yes,
22?
yes, sir.
All right, congratulations. Doing it on the state championship level. What do you have going well for you here in this on this court?
I mean, I don't know. I was just looking at the goal just looked like it was 3 times the size. Every shot was going in, and it felt great. My shot just felt amazing.
So, I mean, do you like shooting? Obviously, the answer is going to be yes. You'll have to like shooting here. I know I asked Cam Sutton that, or when the Carl Albert girls played earlier, she was shooting well. Does it feel different shooting at this type of court than your typical high school court?
The lights, I mean, I think the lights do something. It helps me a little bit. I can see the goal maybe a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe it's just a big arena that gives me confidence.
Was it easy for you to find the three-point line, the actual three-point line, given that there's 2 of them?
Not really. I was just looking at whatever line was there, and I was trying to get behind it.
Well, it worked for you. All right, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you also come Friday.
Thank you.
All right. Here you go, Josh. I gave the other stat page to Coach Price. Thought he might like to look at
I
it.
was looking everywhere for it. Wrapping up the stats here on this one, then we'll close the book on it, look ahead to our next ball game. Ryan Reynolds led the way, 22 points. Quincy Hopkins behind him with 15. Jaden Mott with 11, had a really nice fourth quarter, like we were saying there. 8 from the senior Jordan England, 4 from Reed DeQuazy, and 2 from Hutch Russell. For Tahlequah, great run for them. Obviously, like we said, number 11 seed in the East, and they run all the way to the state tournament. Heck of a season for them as they get to the state tournament. High score was Hayden Smith. He was fantastic. 19 points, 17 rebounds, Jordan, for Hayden Smith. He was absolutely fantastic tonight. Donovan Smith with 10, 7 from Cash McElvain, 6 from Bryson Smith, 5 from Lucas Woolridge, and then 3 from Zeke Guerrero. And that wraps up the scoring. Any final thoughts on this one, Jordan? Carl Albert?
Well, I'm not going to.
You know, it wasn't perfect, but they get the job done.
I'll make it quick because we got to obviously get to
the
next game. Just make sure we want to get all the things ready for that one. So be sure to get ready for Del City, Tulsa Essen on a different channel. But for this one, all eyes are on the eye of Tayshawn James because the competition is going to get tougher for Carl Albert. Will he be available on Friday? Could he possibly be available if there's a Saturday game? That's one of the first things we got to think about when it comes to Carl Albert.
100%. So Titans win it 62-50. Number 1 Carl Albert, number 3 Holland Hall on Friday night, 4:30. Back here at the LNC, we'll have that game for you. All right, this stream is over. We're going to close this out. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes for Del City Edison Prep, number 2 versus number 2, East-West, coming up next on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.